Hello and welcome. I'm Alan Thompson, the hardest working realtor in West Volusia, and I'm joined today with Paul Mena from the mortgage firm. How are you doing today, Paul?
I'm well, thanks for having me.
Good. What are you going to talk about today? Tell us a little bit about yourself and then what you'd like to talk about.
Well, I actually was asked to come here today to speak to you and your viewers about the big differences between lending with big banks and then, of course, what happens with the rest of the lending field, companies like the mortgage firm and others who are considered loan originators, and the biggest differences therein between them.
Well, that's fantastic. I appreciate your time today, I really do. Let's get into it. What is the difference between going to the bank to get a loan and going to somebody like the mortgage firm?
Well, there aren't that many large differences, but the ones that you hear the most of are when you have people complaining that they've gone to their normal bank where they keep their checking and their savings, and they're told very quickly that they can't qualify for a loan. It's not that they can't qualify for a loan specifically, such as a USDA or an FHA loan or a conventional loan. It's that their bank specifically has put what's called overlays on the requirements of a loan. When you have agencies such as FHA, VA, the USDA, and then Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, these are all the agencies that create the rules by which a client or a consumer can actually be qualified. Now, beyond those qualifications, some banks will choose to take a much more protective approach to reduce their risk, and that's called an overlay. So if a requirement of the bank is 580, if a requirement of the agency might be a credit score of 580, you might find that the bank itself might make that higher to about a 660 or so. So that is one of the largest differences that you're going to have when it comes to the big banks and also the loan originators such as the mortgage firm.
Okay, so what you're saying is that if somebody goes into their bank, tries to qualify for a loan, they get denied, that might not necessarily deny them from all loans, that might just deny them from that particular financial institute. They could turn around and talk to somebody like you, and you might be able to fit them into the same or a different loan program that will better fit their particular needs. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct. What you'll find is that many people will stop their home search right there after the first denial from their banks, and that is definitely not the approach you should take. There are several lenders out there that have all types of loans available. So you have what's called conventional lending, then you have the agency lendings like FHA, first-time home buyers from the Federal Housing Authority. If you're a veteran, you can try to take advantage of the VA benefits. If you're looking to purchase a home in the rural areas of the United States, you can use a USDA loan. All of them have their benefits for choosing those, but there's also lending that's considered unconventional lending. That's for when you have people that fall outside of those normal boxes. Now, the larger banks, the Chases, the Bank of Americas, the Wells Fargos, they do a tremendously good job of working within those box constraints, and then within those constraints they will also add their own constraints to reduce the risk that their shareholders will take. But then you have other lenders that will open up their opportunities for all types of lending. So really, never take a no from a large bank as your one and only chance to purchase a home.
Perfect. Now this works not only with home purchases, but this may also work with refinancing a property. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Refinancing tends to be one of the biggest opportunities for people to save themselves money these days. Many have purchased homes with interest rates above 5%, and now that we're enjoying some of the lowest rates we've seen in many years, if not some of the lowest in recorded history, there's always a good time to at least look into whether or not a refinance is worth it for you. But absolutely, there are refinance opportunities that fall outside of those normal guidelines as well. So if you feel as though your bank or the large banks are not meeting your needs, do reach out to another lender. There are plenty of us out there, and the better ones will consult you and make sure that you're being taken care of and that your questions are answered completely.
Perfect. That answers a lot of questions for us. Tell me, if somebody is in that circumstance, or even if they're just shopping for a refi or a home loan, how do we get a hold of you, Paul?
Oh, well, that's a good question. Thank you for giving me that opportunity. I can be found at wearenotthebanks.com. I also have a website, The Mortgage Firm, and you can find me there at themortgagefirm/Paul Mena, all one word. But you can also reach out to me directly on my cell phone, 386-295-6044. Whether you call me or you call any other lender, make sure that you are being taken care of and that all of your questions are answered. You should never make a decision so monumental without having all the information you need to make the right decision.
Really great information. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Y'all have a great day. We'll see you again next time.
Bye, everyone.